Here's a disclaimer for all of you. This is an audio-only version of an already existing video series. If you want to see the original version with the full footage and movie audio, click up here. Also, if you want to see different versions of it in terms of video formats, press here for the full screen and here for the widescreen. Anyway, enough shameless plugging, let's get to the fucking video, shall we? Chapter 1. Tank Engine 400. Excitement pulsed through a stadium where thousands of revved-up fans gathered to watch the Tank Engine 400, the biggest race of the season. They honked their horns and waved their flags in support of their favourite racers. The winner would receive the Piston Cup trophy and be crowned champion for the entire season. While more fans cheered outside, Percy, the rookie, was parked in his posh trailer, trying to prepare himself for the race. It had been a huge year for Percy. He had exploded onto the racing scene like a stick of dynamite, and already had accumulated a lot of wins and top finishes. He knew he had a good shot of winning the Tank Engine 400, and if he did, he would be crowned the first rookie ever to do it. Percy revved his RPMs in his thoughts. Focus. He concentrated hard. Speed. I am speed. I eat losers for breakfast. I am Percy. He only had two things on his mind: winning and the perks that came with it, including the Flamenco sponsorship. The sponsorship meant that Flamenco would pay Percy a lot more money to compete in races. "Hey Percy, you ready?" called Henry. He was Percy's loyal driver. Percy could feel the roar of the crowds in the stands as his wheels buzzed. Oh yeah, the sleek green engine blew his whistle. Percy's ready. Cameras flashed the stands like fireworks. As Percy rolled off the back of his trailer, Percy made sure he gave them a good look with his lucky lightning bolt sticker and the number 6 on his side. "Ka-chow!" he called. Percy made his way onto the track. His competitors were waiting. There were more than 40 racers in the race, but Percy knew he only had to worry about 2 of them. Thomas had won more Piston Cups than any other racer in history. He'd also been Flamenco's golden boy for years, getting all those big paychecks. This would be his last race before retiring. Percy was sure that Thomas would want to go out on top, and he still had the speed to do it. And then there was James. He was infamous for battling through the line, bashing any racer who stood in his way. He had never been able to beat Thomas though. He was more determined than ever to win and begin a new era. The James era. "Blue, my blood pressure's going through the roof right now," called Toad, one of the race announcers. Poor Toad was in danger of something. As the green flag dropped, the 3 rivals lurched into high gear, launching one of the greatest races of the decade as they roared across the starting line. "Right you are, Toad," Baloo agreed. "The winner of this race will win the season title and the Piston Cup." "The legend, the runner-up, and the rookie," Toad said. 3 racers, 1 champion! Percy pushed up the speed as Thomas's short stumpy dome flashed around the track, with James right behind it. Percy punched up the gas and flew ahead of James. But James wasn't about to lose to the rookie. Coming up fast, he slammed Percy's rear and spun him out onto the infield. A crowd gasped as Percy whirled out of control on the grass. Percy recovered quickly, tearing up the field and zooming back onto the track. But now he was in last place. He had to push hard to make the time up. Still, James was not about to let Percy come in close on him. He was not taking any chances. "Dinoco is all mine!" he cried as he slammed into a racer beside him, sending it flying out of control. In an instant, other racers began to crash, causing a pileup. "Get through that, Percy!" With a confident sneer, the ruthless engine raced on with pits of fuel and service. Percy tried to go around the pileup, but it was impossible. With no other option, he had to go through the rubble. Percy moved spectacularly, gliding through the stopped vehicles and leapfrogging over other racers in the air. In the pits, James was feeling very confident that he'd got Percy out. "Percy made it through!" shouted his crew chief. "What?" James cried. Percy didn't stop either. While everyone else headed into the pits, he kept rolling and went straight into first place. "Wahoo!" Percy cried. "What did you know? The rookie just fired his crew chief," Toad announced. "That's the third one this season." "Well, he says he likes working alone, Toad," came the reply from below. James and Thomas bolted out of pit row and didn't waste any time in trying to catch up with Percy. The laps flew by and it looked like nobody would beat him. Finally, Percy headed into the pits. "We need the replacement side rods. Come on, let's go," shouted his crew. No replacements, just water," cried Percy. He wasn't wasting any time. He immediately raced out of the pits as soon as he got his replacement water. This made his crew very angry. "You need replacements, you idiots!" "Looks like it's just gas and goals for Percy today," Toad observed as he peered down on the pit road below him. "Now normally that's what I call a short-gain, long-term loss, but it sure is working for him." The frenzied crowd excitement grew as the competitors sped around the track. Then the white flag flew. It was the final lap. "Checkered flag, here I come," Percy said to himself. Then it happened. Bang! "Oh no!" Toad cried as he watched the rookie lose speed. "Percy's blown a tire!" James and Thomas pounded ahead, making up time with every second. But Percy didn't give up. He plunged forwards. And then, another bang! He lost another wheel. Come on! He was determined to win. He struggled on, limping with his front wheels. "I don't believe what I'm watching!" Toad cried. "Percy's only 100 feet from his best." "James and Thomas are coming on hard," Blue shouted. "Percy's nearly there, but Thomas and James have almost caught up." Percy dragged himself forward. He was inches away from crossing the finish line and making history, as he could hear James and Thomas coming up behind him. In a last-ditch effort, Percy took a massive leap and slid forward. He'd even stuck out his tongue to gain an extra inch. "It's too close to call!" Blue gasped as a photo finish. Chapter 2. Victory Lane. Percy let his pit crew fit in with a new set of wheels and side rods, while the referees reviewed the instant replay. The rookie wasn't worried. He was positive he had this race in the bag. "We're hearing Victory Lane at winning race results," announced the reporter as she thrust a microphone into Percy's face. "Percy, that was quite a risky move not taking on new side rods. Are you sorry you don't have a crew chief out there?" Percy gave her a cocky smile. "No, I'm not," he replied, "because I'm a one-man show." The reporter turned to the camera. That was a very confident Percy, coming to you live from Victory Lane. "Yo, Chuck!" Percy called to one of his pit crew, who was struggling to replace the blown wheels. "Chuck, what are you doing? You're blocking the camera! Everyone wants to see the bolt," he snarked, referring to his lightning bolt sticker. Suddenly, the jack flew out from underneath him. Kabunk! He hit the ground hard. "Ow!" he cried as he hit the ground. Whoa! He called as the pit started to leave. "Where are you going?" "We quit, Mr. One-Man Show," the pitty snooped back. "Oh, okay, leave, fine." Percy grinned to the camera. He snorted and added sarcastically, "How would I ever find anyone else who knows how to fill me up with gas?" "Adios, Chuck." "Oh, my name is not Chuck!" cried the pitty. "Oh, whatever," Percy scoffed. Many of pit crew had quit on him before, but Percy didn't care. He knew that when it came to racing, he was the only one that mattered. "Hi, Percy!" James called as he rode up to his rival. "Yo! seriously, that was some pretty darn nice racing out there. By me! Good one, his pit crew said, cracking up at the lame joke. Ah, yeah, zinger. Welcome to the James era, baby, James went on, his voice glossy with confidence. The Piston Cup? It's mine, dude. It's mine. Hey, fellas, how do you think I'd look in Flame-A-Cold Blue? Blue is your colour, one of the pitties piped up. In your dreams, Thunder, Percy replied. Yeah, right. Thunder? James questioned. He turned to his pit crew. What is he talking about thunder? Hey, you know, because thunder always comes after lightning, Percy shot back. Kapow! Percy shined his flashy lightning bolt sticker at the crowd again, and the reporters went wild. They squeezed in around him, angling for a photo of the famous racer. Percy, over here! This one's for you, Percy. Hey, Percy, give us the boat! Ka-ching, Percy said with every new pose. Ka-ka-ka-chow! James turned to his pit crew as the reporters elbowed him and his crew out of the way. What does he know about the thunder thing? He demanded. I don't know, his pit crew replied. Nearby, Thomas stood surrounded by his loyal Flame-A-Co pit crew. You sure made Flame-A-Co proud, Thomas, said the team owner. It was Bowser. My pleasure, Bowser, Thomas replied. Thomas's longtime friend snuggled his fender. Whatever happens, you're a winner to me, you old baby rabbit, she said gently. Thanks, Thomas said. It would be nothing without you. Then he saw Percy. He was surrounded by fans. Thomas knew Percy was arrogant, but he respected Percy's talent, and he wanted to help him. Hey, buddy, Thomas said as the reporters cleared away. You're one gutsy racer. You've got more talent in one lug nut than a lot of racers have got in their whole body. Really? Percy flushed with pride. Thomas surely knows quality racing when he sees it, the rookie thought. Oh, that's not, but you're stupid, Thomas finished. Percy blinked. Excuse me? This isn't a one-man deal, kid, Thomas continued. You need to wise up and get yourself a good crew chief and a good team. You ain't gonna win unless you got good folks behind you and you let them do their job like they should. Oh, yeah, that is spectacular advice, Percy said absently. He wasn't really paying attention to what Thomas was saying. He was too busy picturing himself as the next Flame-A-Co racer, his face on the cover of magazines, his signature on the side of a helicopter. Fame, fortune, and more piston cups than he could fit into his enormous mansion. And it was all starting right here, right then, with that win. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Then, music sounded over the PA system. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in Piston Cup history. A rookie has won the Piston Cup, Percy thought. Revving his engine, he raced forward through the victory banner. He struck his finish line pose for the crowd. Yes, he said. We have a three-way tie, the reporter finished. Confetti burst, showering bits of paper through the air like snowflakes. Percy was shocked. Thomas and James drove up to join Percy. Oh, Percy. That's really embarrassing, but I don't want to worry about it. Because I didn't do it! James sniggered. Percy scowled. Piston Cup officials have determined that there will be a tiebreaker race between the three leaders. It will be held in California in 1 week, came an announcement. Percy was shocked. He couldn't believe that he hadn't won. Hi, Rock, James whispered to Percy. First one there to California gets Dinoco all to himself. Percy raced off the stage, feeling dejected. First one to California gets Dinoco all to himself. We'll see who gets there first, James. bonus bloopers. Just disclaimer, this is audio only. If you want to see a visual representation with it's the first line I've already fucked it up. They honked their horns and waved their flags in support of their favorite racers. The winner would receive... Okay, I fucked up there. The winner would receive the Piston Cup trophy and crown I've just started again. I've already fucked up. It had been a huge year for Percy. He had exploded onto the racing scene like a stick of dynamite and already had an impressive list of fans. I hope that's correct. Nope, never mind. Percy felt the roar of the crowds. Okay, let me try that again. Cameras flashed the stands like fireworks as Percy rolled off the back of his trailer. I'll just cut this bit out. He made sure that he'd already... And then there was James. He was famous for battling through the line. Fuck's sake. He was more determined than ever to win and begin a new era. The James era. But no, my pressure's through. Okay, no, I'm not doing that voice. As the green flag dropped, the three rivals, the fuck? 3 racers, 1 champion. Percy pushed up the speed as Well, he says he likes working alone, Tone, Bob replied. Not Bob, fucking Baloo, piss pants. James and Thomas are coming on hard. Bob. But I did it again! Percy, it was quite a risky move not taking weed. Not taking weed. That's gonna be taken out of context, isn't it? Nearby, Thomas stood surrounded by his loyal Flamenco pit crew and his team owner. Ooh, you sure made Flamenco proud, Thomas, said the owner. It was Bowser. Okay, I fucked that one up. You sure made Dinoco proud, Thomas. Dinoco, I did it again.